Sure. Project welcome screen has one button plus the back button. Back button will close the application as seen here. Or not.
Not? Oh,
there we go. So that way you do not have to worry about the application running in the background of your phone if you only want to ever use it once. So the first button and only button is report an incident. So it brings up a simple form in a second screen.
Incident screen.
Which is incident screen. You select a category. There is pre-filled in, and then select which one you want. And then you can put in a description.
Add your own description. This is especially useful for the other option.
And you can put as much text as you want in this area. And as we continue, you can manually put in the time of day, or you can use the use current date and time button, which will pull all your phone's time and information. And the next section is the location of that the incident happened. You can use either your phone's current GPS coordinates, or you can provide a description of the area. One or the other must be filled in for you to submit.
And or.
So what happens when you don't have either of them submitted?
How do I get out of this?
Or say
Yeah, there you go.
So
the incident description is not submitted.
if neither of these is filled in, and that is enter, not backspace, and then we try and submit we get an error saying that all of our required fields are not filled in. So we press OK, then it highlights saying that we must have an incident location. So we will use our current GPS coordinates, and we'll go to submit. Now, because everything that was required is filled in, we get a review of the submission so that we can make sure that everything is accurate. So category swimming, your description, time and date, location, and then we can either, if it was incorrect, we can press edit and it brings us back to the forum. And then we can resubmit.
And where does it send the report to?
And then once we go there, once we press submit, it will prompt you for the email. So you can use whatever client you wish to email with on your phone. So we'll just use the default email client. And it puts all the information defaultly into the email for you. At this point, if you wish, you may add, say, attach a photo or add any other detail that you would like, or you can simply send the email.
Currently, it's sending to our project's setup email, but it's going to be sent to the security office for the Lake Massabesic watershed area.
And now again, because this is meant to be a primarily one-time use application, you can either immediately close the app after submitting one, or you can open a new one. And if you do a new one, it just brings you back to screen one, where you can report another incident.
Hold on. Another thing is, let me see if I can shut this off. Oh, it is off. What the hell? Well, if for whatever reason you don't have a GPS connection, or it can't find your location, when you hit this, instead of coming up with the coordinates there, it will come up with a warning saying, please
enable
what was it?
GPS.
Please enable the
Location sensor.
location sensor. Go ahead and
What happens if we submit?
And again, another thing is if it will request upon pressing submit that you fill in all required fields.
Perfect. Very clear.
hitting the back button on the screen brings you back to the home screen or the welcome screen.
And we have it set up so that the title of the email that's sent to the security office is set to be the time or the
It is
subject?
the subject of
the incident and the date.
So if we scroll up, we'll see that it is the category of the incident, incident report, and then the current date.
Makes it really clear to the security officers.
And we'll also make it so that later filtering is possible.
Now, we don't have this going into a web DB, a web database.
But it is going
It's
to.
a
However, it
tiny-
is going to
Tiny database.
do we?
So again, if we send it now, and then report, the program prior to sending the email saves all the data into a TinyDB, which will allow for recovery and sending of the incident report at a later date. So if you're outside and you don't want to use your 4G, 3G network coverage, you can choose to upload on a Wi-Fi network at a later time.
And once the email is sent, it's cleared from the Tiny database.